For thousands of years, humanity looked at the sky and wondered. Tiny points of light scattered across darkness. Were they gods? Were they fires? Or were they something far greater? But everything changed the moment we stopped just looking and started seeing. Before telescopes, there was only the human eye. Ancient civilizations like the Babylonians, Egyptians, and Greeks studied the sky with astonishing dedication. They mapped stars, predicted eclipses, tracked planets. But no matter how advanced their knowledge became, they were still blind. Because the human eye has limits. You can see thousands of stars, but not millions. You can see light, but not truth. The universe remained a mystery just beyond reach. Then something small changed everything. Glass. In the late 1200s, early lenses were created in Europe. At first, they were simple, used for vision correction. But someone, somewhere, had a dangerous idea. What if we could use lenses to see farther? Two lenses, one simple concept, and suddenly distance began to disappear. In 1608, a Dutch spectacle maker named Hans Lippershey built the first known telescope. It wasn't powerful, it wasn't perfect, but it could do something magical. Bring distant objects closer. For the first time in history, humans could extend their vision beyond natural limits. But what came next changed everything. In 1609, a man heard about this invention. His name was Galileo Galilei. He didn't invent the telescope, he perfected it. And then he pointed it somewhere no one dared to look. The sky. What he saw shattered reality. Galileo looked at the moon and saw mountains, not a perfect sphere, but a rough, imperfect world. Then he looked at Jupiter and discovered moons orbiting it. This meant something unthinkable. Not everything revolves around Earth. The universe was not centered around us. At that time, this idea was dangerous. The church believed Earth was the center of everything, but Galileo's telescope showed otherwise. Truth had become visible, and for that, he was silenced. But it was too late, because once humanity saw the truth, there was no going back. The telescope had done more than just magnify objects. It had changed human thinking. It proved our eyes can lie, but tools reveal truth. From that moment on, humanity became obsessed with seeing more. Bigger telescopes, better lenses, clearer skies. Because the more we looked, the more we realized how small we really are. The first telescope showed us we are not the center of the universe. But what if that was just the beginning? Because soon, telescopes would grow bigger, more powerful, and start revealing things we were never meant to see. The first telescope showed us we're not the center of the universe. But what came next didn't just change what we see. It changed what we believe. Because humanity didn't stop at small lenses. We built giants. After Galileo, the world changed forever. Scientists across Europe became obsessed. What else is out there? Telescopes grew longer, larger, more powerful. But there was a problem. The bigger the lens, the more it distorted light. The universe was still blurry, still incomplete. Then came a new idea. In 1668, Isaac Newton changed everything. Instead of using lenses, he used mirrors. Mirrors didn't bend light the same way. they reflected it cleanly. This invention, the reflecting telescope, removed distortion and opened a clearer window to the universe. With this breakthrough, there were no limits anymore. Telescopes grew and grew. Massive observatories were built on mountains, far from cities, far from light, closer to the stars. These giants could see farther than ever before, deeper than ever imagined, and what they found was terrifying. For centuries, we believed the Milky Way was everything. But then, astronomers saw something strange. Faint, blurry patches of light far beyond our galaxy. At first, they thought they were clouds, but they weren't. They were entire galaxies, billions of stars just like ours. And suddenly, the universe became infinite. Then came one of the most important discoveries in history. Astronomer Edwin Hubble looked deeper into space and found something shocking. The galaxies were moving away from us. The universe was expanding. This meant only one thing. It had a beginning. The idea of the Big Bang was born. But even the biggest telescopes had a weakness: Earth itself. Our atmosphere blurred the view, distorted light, hid the truth. So humanity made a bold decision. What if we put a telescope in space? In 1990, we launched the Hubble Space Telescope. Above the atmosphere, above the distortion, floating in pure darkness. And what it saw was beyond imagination. Hubble pointed at a tiny, empty patch of sky, a place where nothing existed, or so we thought. After days of exposure, the image came back, and what we saw changed everything. Thousands of galaxies in a space no bigger than a grain of sand, each galaxy containing billions of stars. In that moment, humanity understood something terrifying. We are not just small, we are almost nothing. A tiny dot in an endless ocean of galaxies. But the deeper we looked, the stranger things became. Dark matter, dark energy, invisible forces controlling the universe. We realized something shocking. We can only see a small fraction of reality. The rest, still hidden. We built giants, and they showed us the truth. But what if even these giants are not enough? Because the next generation of telescopes, they won't just observe the universe, they will reveal its secrets.
What if we could see the past? Not memories, but the actual past of the universe. Because the next generation of telescopes won't just look into space, they will look back in time. Every time we look into space, we are looking into the past. Light takes time to travel. So when a telescope sees a distant galaxy, it's not seeing it as it is today, but as it was millions, even billions of years ago. Telescopes are not just tools. They are time machines. Humanity is no longer limited to Earth. We are building telescopes that live in space, far beyond clouds, far beyond distortion, in complete silence. These machines can see deeper, clearer, and further than ever before. The newest telescopes are designed to do something incredible. See the first stars ever born, moments after the universe began. When darkness turned into light, they can look over 13 billion years into the past, almost to the beginning of everything. But that's not all. Future telescopes will look at distant planets, orbiting other stars, not just seeing them, but analyzing them, their atmospheres, their chemistry, their signals, searching for one thing: life. And now, something even more powerful is happening: artificial intelligence. Future telescopes won't just collect data, they will understand it. AI will scan billions of galaxies, detect patterns humans cannot see, and discover things we would never notice. The universe will start revealing itself. But what if we discover something unexpected? Something not meant to be seen? Signals we can't explain. Structures that don't follow natural laws. Patterns that look intelligent. What happens when we realize we are not alone? Future telescopes may not even rely on light. They could use gravitational waves, dark matter mapping, quantum detection systems to see the invisible, to map the unseen, to understand the unknown. As telescopes become more powerful, we move closer to one final question. What is the universe really? Is it infinite? Is it simulated? Is there something beyond it? We started with our eyes. Then we built lenses. Then giants. Now we are building machines that can see everything. But one thing remains unchanged: the curiosity to understand. From ancient skies to infinite galaxies. From simple glass to machines that see time. The journey of telescopes is the story of us. And we are just getting started. If you want to explore the universe beyond what eyes can see, subscribe to Science in Silence, because the greatest discoveries are still waiting in the dark.